Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and just did some more pegboard mounting. Just want to show you how it turned out and some of the things that I liked. And the hooks themselves, something I liked about some over the others if you're looking to do any of this. But basically my intent was to try to get everything out of the toolbox or something like this leaf blower that was taking a lot of space and get it onto the wall. As you can see here, I used two bigger ones for structure and then kind of a center one to keep it from going anywhere. This one is actually used for screwdrivers, but they were wobbly when I put them in. So what I actually did was bend some of these out slightly so that the pliers would sit down in them, and that worked out a lot better. Also for bigger wrenches, it was good. I also have some things that are still in the packaging, so obviously when I finally open them, they won't work out here anymore. But there's hammers were one of the big things that I really wanted to put up here because I don't like how much space they take in the toolbox, and they're easy just to grab off the wall. Of course, the hacksaw is one, and then even this chain. This is something I use for an engine support bar, and it's a nice way of just hanging it up and keeping its hardware together. As I showed in an earlier video, one of my favorite things to do is mount this inside cabinets. That way it's a clean look and it's also hidden too. And so what I wanted to show you about these hooks though is this one is much thicker, and see how it has this bottom piece here? So that'll actually give you a lot more support. Here's one that's just like it. As you can see, when you put it into the pegboard like so, it's kind of wobbly and it moves around a little bit. On this one, I really like it because with that second support, you put it in here and then it also attaches into the pegboard in another hole. And so now it's stronger, it's firm, it doesn't move around as much, it doesn't fall out. And there's even little pieces that go around each of these to hold them in place, little black pieces that come with the kit. But anyway, this was just how this was turning out. I like to put the pliers all up in here, use the vice grips to hold themselves up on here. And I even have my multimeter in here just kind of hanging. So it's a good place to put stuff. Again, this was mainly, I wanted to clean out my drawers in the toolbox to free up some space. In here, this is how I have all of my power tools hung up. And, you don't have to hang everything up, but where you can, it really helps. I have it mounted here as well for powering up all the batteries. And again, I'm going to have these doors open when it's charging. You probably don't want to have too much enclosed when it's charging, but just showing you how I had that one set up. But yeah, this is what I did for some of these hooks. I had to bend them slightly so that they would spread out. So this is what the hook looks like. As you can see, it's bent slightly so that it fits on there, and it does a good job. It's going to hold it just fine. And there's all kinds of different hooks, and you can just find whatever ways you want to make them work. Even over here, I mounted this to the back of a cabinet because that was unused space. I used the hardware here for the actual cabinet to hang this one, and this was good for bungees. You could imagine how much space bungees would take up in a toolbox, but just having them out like that really helps. And some of the things here that I liked was these bins, and so they just go in, and I had a bunch of cotter pins, and so it's just nice to have them easily accessible and thrown in there. How often you use cotter pins? Probably not too much, but you could put other hardware in there. This is the clutch alignment tool as well, one of those things that's going to get buried in a toolbox. And it's good just to kind of see everything all at once to remember what you even have and where you're putting it. So anything that has factory packaging like those cam holding tools there in the blue, it's really nice to have it up there. So anyway, just wanted to show you how this was coming out. Please check the video description for my other playlist on installs like this. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. I'll also put some links in the description where you can find some of these pegs. Thanks, guys.